in all angels and spirits aligned with our highest and best. We thank you for being with us as we come together in love and harmony to nurture our spiritual community at Unity on the River. Bless this jewel of a spiritual center, a light which feeds our souls and radiates light on everyone and everything around us. Bless us as we stay informed and share our wisdom for the benefit of this amazing collection of bright souls. Guide us as we talk about where we are and where we want to go. We know we create our future with our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Be with us as we create a unity on the river that serves the highest and best for us and our community. Amen. So it is. Okay, so the agenda, if this, be patient with me while I figure this out. Can we just go to the next slide? I don't have the... So we did the praying. We're going to go over staff and teams, facility, financials, update on the minister search. Actually, we're not going to do the update on that because there's nothing to report, and we're going to pray out. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing today. Next slide. So this is I want to remind you that this is your community. So we're not here to tell you what we're doing in a vacuum. We want to share what's going on because you're very much a part of it, and we are the community that you co-create with us. Next slide. So let's start with the Board of Trustees. These are the members, and it's getting time to think about our next Board of Trustees for next year. So we will be tapping some of you on the shoulder. We have 6 people on the board right now. 1 is retiring. It really needs at least 8 people to do the work of the board. This is red. I don't know if we need a new battery. Okay. So we will be looking for at least 3 people to join the board, maybe more. So if you feel like this is something you're called to do, come talk to a board member. If you're not sure, come talk to a board member. If you're going, oh my God, I couldn't possibly do that, that fear response says, this is something your soul really wants you to do, even though your ego is resisting, so talk to a board member. I know from personal experience. What, be president? Are you kidding? Here I am, though, and it's a wonderful experience. So serving on the board is a really powerful, growthful experience, so I would recommend it to everybody. Next slide. This is our, can you go back? I think yes, there we go, the staff. So Christian Haynes, he's our new Director of Operations. He's been, yeah, please definitely give him a round of applause. He's been working very hard, putting in extra hours and not letting us give him extra pay, even though we offered. Wrapping his mind around this whole thing, coming up with lots of ideas. When he says something is going to get done, it gets done. It's been a joy to work with him, and I really appreciate everything you're doing, Christian. And we're still in the process of wrapping our minds around everything and learning. We're still in that learning phase, but it's going very well. I'm very happy. So thank you. This is a real blessing. Mark Rosen, who worked on the slides. Brian Dozier, of course, is sound and music. Yeah. Lee Andron over here. Yeah. Sacred service and really kind of anything that needs to get done, like Lee just jumps in and does it. It's wonderful. Thank you, Lee. And, of course, Meg, who sings her heart out every Sunday. It's really helps. It really the heart and soul of this community. We really appreciate that. Next slide is some of our teams. Music team, of course, Meg, Brian, musicians, choir. Worship team with Stephanie Roy and all the speakers, as well as help by Meg, Sherry, Christian, and I. So we have calls every Wednesday, and we talk about what happened last week, what we can do better, what we're going to do this week, to make sure that we put on a service that's as good as we can get it. So there's a lot of work that goes on behind putting on a service, and the people on this team really put a lot of effort into it. So thank you so much for that. The prayer chaplains, of course, hospitality and connections. The connections is great. When people are sick, or they need a visit, how do you know? Well, that's the connections team. So if you know somebody who could use a visit, let the connections team know. If you're sick, we don't get, you have to tell us, right? There's not just some kind of magical thing that happens where we know. You have to tell us. So if you're sick, let us know, please let us know, and we'll do what we can to make your stay as good as we can. Yeah. So the property and minister search teams, greeters, collections, flowers. There's all kinds of teams that we have. So I look around, and almost everybody here is donated their time and talent in some way or another, and we really appreciate that. It's all of us working together that makes this community what it is. So thank you for that. Next slide. So we are, of course, here in this temple, and we're grateful for their hospitality. They're sharing their space with us, and it's been good. We're trying to keep communications going well to make sure things go smoothly. So Zahava is our liaison. We're lucky to have someone who's a part of both communities being a liaison, so that's great. So we've been talking with her and working through everything, making sure that we're all communicating. So for example, on our 30th celebration, we had a big banner up there. Turns out that's a no-no. That's sacred space up there. So they told us about it. We took it down right away, and we now know that that's not something we should do. Yeah? Zahava. Yeah. So in that vein, this is a kosher kitchen. They do keep kosher here, so please don't bring any ham sandwiches here with you. If you do have something like that, you want to have, if there's a workshop going on, you want to have a sandwich, that's fine, but if it's not kosher, please eat it outside. In the potluck, you can have, it's a dairy, so no meat, no shellfish, and please don't go in the kitchen. There's all kinds of special rules in there, so please take care. The hospitality people can go in there to make coffee, but we shouldn't be going in there because we can actually do something that could cause big problems. If we do something wrong, they have to go in and purify it and go through a ritual all over again. It's a pretty big deal, so we don't want to do that. So if you're buying something at the store, look for the U symbol. There's a bunch of different ones, but U symbol usually is a good indication that it's kosher. If not, if it's vegetarian, it should be okay. That covers everything. Next slide. So the congregation, they've decided to go back to the original look out front. So they're going to take their banners down. So I mentioned previously that we're going to put a banner up with Unity on it. But it turns out there's not going to be any banners up there, so we're going to be looking for another way to indicate our presence here, maybe a poster board or something like that. So we're just, again, we're talking with them to see what's going to make sense. We will take the design, we're thinking about taking that design and making business cards out of them with information on us that we can pass out to you. You can pass out to people that are interested. So if someone's interested in Unity on the River, you can say, here's the content information, here's a little about what we do, so that we have something to give to people when we're talking about this wonderful community and sharing it with people we care about. Yeah, probably a QR code on the back leading to the website or something like that, or some introduction. We're also looking at making some videos that talks about who we are, and so that people can go on the website and in a couple minutes get an idea about what Unity on the River is all about. Next slide. So this is our financials. So our total expenses so far is $136,000. Next. The income is $125,000 so far. Next. So we're using interest from the building income to make up most of that difference. Not the principal, but the interest. And so next, the net operation is negative $2,000. So this is where we're at right now. We feel okay with this for a short period of time, but obviously we want to get in the black, and we'd like to not be able to have to use money from the interest of the building fund, because we like to have that go back into the building fund, because prices of buildings are going up. So we want to be able to keep up with that as best we can. So that depends on, your choices on how much you share of your bounties, and we're trying to manage that money as frugally as we can. So next slide. Our building fund is doing well. It went from $831,000 to $856,000. So right now it's invested at CDs at 5%. As the interest rates go down, the CDs are going to go down below 5%, and then we're going to look for other ways to invest it. Next, this is money from the sale of our property at Macy Street, and it generates about $40,000 a year in income. So that's nice, and that's most of that's going back into that fund, so the fund grows. As I said, we are taking $11,000 out for expenses. Next. So this is earmarked for the purchase or rent in our next building if we get our own place, and as a cushion through challenging times. Next. And I mentioned we're using some of that money now. So next. If we do hire a minister, right now we'd probably have to take money out of this fund to pay them. So that's just something to keep in mind until we grow into that. Next. Our endowment fund, that comes from a gift from 2012. This is for capital funds and emergency sources. That is also growing, $61,000 to $64,000. The Pat Blanchard Fund, next, this is for training LUTs. So we currently, if anybody is interested in becoming an LUT, we can help you with that. We're glad to help you with this money sitting there, waiting to be used. So if you're interested, let us know. It comes from licensed Unity teacher. Okay. So that you can teach classes. You can teach Unity classes. So you can teach abundance classes and, principles of Unity and things like that. So we have about $5,000 that's available. We are not contributing more to that at this time until it gets used. And then when it gets used, we will replace it. So the money comes from donations on the 5th Sunday if we need it. Next. Our next board meeting is going to be Thursday, November 21. Board meetings are open to the congregation. If you're interested, let us know. You can attend either in person or by Zoom, and anyone's welcome to do that. I know that before I joined the board, I went to a meeting to see what it was like. It's not half bad. We actually, try and laugh a lot. We deal with some serious subjects, but we do it from a place of joy and love. We're going to have our Thanksgiving dinner again at Camp Denison. That's going to be the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So we're going to be putting out sign-up sheets for people. Particularly if anyone's interested in cooking a turkey or two, let us know. Otherwise, we'll buy one. But we'll do this like we did before with a potluck. People can bring their own food. We'll have a fire in the fireplace. It should be nice and cozy and festive. Camp Dennison is in Georgetown. We might. Is anyone interested in organizing the open mic? Christina, are you saying yes or maybe? No. You're saying no? Yeah. So we're early in the planning stages, but definitely if someone wants to help organize that, that's always a fun thing to do. We'll. Yeah, well, that night, yeah, we could do that too. Yeah. Motown. Oh, Patricia loves Motown. Yeah. Okay. So this is great. So this is why we have these community meetings, so we can bounce ideas around. I think it's. So who's going to organize the dance? That's the next. Yeah. Can you provide the speaker, Brian? The Bluetooth speaker? Okay. I think I have something that would work as well. So we'll yeah. Yeah. Okay. So for the people listening online, we're talking about having a dance and logistics of how we get the music there and the songs there and who's going to make the list and stuff like that. Barbara? Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara. So. Okay. All right. So for those of you online, Barbara's going to be helping us organize this. We're going to do bring your own plates so that we don't add a lot of plastic or paper plates and silverware, so we don't add a lot of plastic and paper to the landfill. Thank you for that. And she's going to also bring some stuff for the music so we can have dancing. Excellent. Our Christmas service. Go back, please. Our Christmas service will be the 22nd, and that's going to include music from the cantata. Just part of the cantata, right? Not the whole cantata. Yeah. Most of the cantata. Okay. J. Maya will be here. Wonderful. So we look forward to that on Christmas, and then at Christmas Eve we'll have the traditional service we do at Christmas Eve. I don't know the time yet. It'll be in the evening. Yeah, usually around 6 or 7. From 6 to 7. So it's a quiet, reflective service. And I don't know if we've officially put that on the calendar for the synagogue yet. We're working on that. But we will keep you all updated on that. The 15th? So let's go to that. Now, the next slide. Meg has recommended that we do a Christmas dance with a swing band, an all-female swing band called the Mood Swings. So we have a date in place. We haven't confirmed. Okay. Okay.
So we're looking at Sunday or Saturday or Sunday, the previous week, the earlier week in December.
So we're looking to do that earlier than the 15th on the weekend, and we will let you know when we nail that down. Okay. So we're planning to do that in Newburyport in December.
The other thing, can I say something?
Yeah.
Is since Jay Meyer's going to be here, we're looking to have an intimate concert with him to do a few songs, like, do a set. But having it here, we're just not sure of that. But just wanted to let people know that Jay Meyer's here. We want to have him, present his gorgeous voice in some way. So,
Okay.
miss that opportunity, and maybe it'll be at the afternoon. He won't be here till Ty, which is the 22nd. So maybe it's that evening here, and we all stay or come back later in the afternoon. Just a heads up.
Okay. So for our streamers, we're putting together a concert with Jay Maya around the 22nd, and details to be determined. Okay. Thank you for that. So,
I have an idea I want to throw. Why don't we include a auction at the concert or some kind? One of these events, a live auction.
a live auction. That's a good idea because the last auction was very successful. So that's a good idea. So we'll think about that. Which would be the best event for that, and how we can do that. Yeah.
Suggest for the mood swings, maybe we do a 12th night dance instead of everything's so busy before Christmas. That maybe it's the 12th night after Christmas,
In January.
Yeah, then there's nothing going on. Yeah, the fever is going on.
Well, if this weekend before doesn't work out, they are very committed to trying to work it out. They've got 20 people they have to deal with it. They have to have at least 17 of their wedding.
So maybe in January,
Okay.
I'm talking to them a lot, so we'll see. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. So for those of you streaming, another possibility for the swing band would be after Christmas, maybe the 12th night of Christmas. So again, we will let you know. Next slide. So speaking of celebrations, wasn't our 30th anniversary celebration wonderful? Yeah. So thank you to everybody who contributed to that. This really shows what can happen when we all contribute our tithes, our treasures, our time, and our talent. Okay, that we make wonderful big things happen, and I really thank you for that. So it was a great concert, a great service, and all told, we came out $2,000 in the black. Which thank you for everyone that the auction made that possible. So thank you for everybody who donated and who gave money. I know I'm looking forward to a scrumptious Italian dinner from that. That was it was a great success. I'm really grateful that we could do that. And but now it's time to think about our next 30th year anniversary and what's that going to look like and what are we going to look like. So next. So, thinking about our journey over the last 30 years, we started out, as you know, as a little study group in Shipley's house. And then next, we grew to 2 full services on Macy Street, a very large, vibrant community. And then we shrank a little bit, and, we had this thing called COVID that had a little bit of an effect on us. And now we're here with about 40 people a week. And the question is what's next? Where do we go from here? And, we create our future with our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings, our attitudes, and the choices we make. So what choices are we going to make? And how are we going to bring in the next generation of people that are going to put on that 60th anniversary for Unity on the River? So, this is one of the things that, pardon? Yeah, a 40th and 50th, I know. Some of us may not, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So next, so I've been thinking, and the board, we've been thinking about, what is our plan for the future, and where are we headed, and that's something that we should all be thinking about and thinking about in a unified way, because if we have the same vision, then it's a lot more powerful than we have different visions. So as far as how many members will we have and where will we be, right now the idea is we'll stay here or someplace like here, grow till this is full, and then we'll look for our next place. So that's the plan right now. So our plan is to be here for now, grow, and then once we don't fit as well in here, we'll look at what's next based on where we're at then. So, yeah. Barry? Yes. 360 a week. Yeah. 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 So it's, as rents of space go, it's not bad. Yeah. Yeah. And so it's a pretty good deal for what we get. We get it from 8 in the morning till 2 in the evening, so in the afternoon. So it's a pretty good deal. Yeah. So anyway, but if anybody knows of a better place, let us know. We're always open to possibility. So next question is about finance. Yeah, Denise? Yeah. No, there's more coming. Okay. So, of course, the other question is how financially secure will we be? And that depends a lot on you and how abundant you are and how abundantly you share your gifts. So like I said, on the board, we can do our best to manage it. And we do think a lot about being fiscally responsible and managing our money as best we can. And I think we do a pretty good job. I know that Stan did a lot to cut expenses. Thank you so much for that, Stan. He saved us a lot of money. So we're running it without a lot of fat. And so, the more abundant we all are, the more abundant our mentality is in our lives, the more we have to share. So, and we are here in part to support you in your abundance. Right? It's not about you giving money to us. It's about us allowing you, helping you to be abundant so you have that to share with us. Okay.
Talk loud. Amen. There you go.
All right. Thank you for that musical interlude. And thank you for streamers for being patient. Yes?
Before we move on,
Yep.
could you go back one slide? Is it okay to ask questions during the
Yeah.
Okay. So, how many members will we have? Where will we be
Mm-hmm.
financially secure? And I just want to say,
So just for the streamers, we're talking about ours being financially secure. And how many members will we have? Yeah.
okay, so those two questions are, you can't
Yeah. Yes, the two are linked. The more people we have, in general, the more funds we have. Although we could enroll, if Elon Musk started coming here, we'd be all set. Yeah. Uh-huh. So can you just maybe come forward and talk into the mic if you're going to do more than a couple things? Yeah, we only have the one mic, I'm afraid.
If you make a poster about unity and you put it up, that's advertising. If you put that poster on an elephant and you walk it through town, that's promotion. If that elephant tramples on the mayor's garden, that's publicity. If the mayor laughs about it, that's public relations. And if you put that all together, that's marketing. And I don't think that we have a general understanding of marketing. And it's very important that we work together and have a strategy that we develop, which I'll be happy to contribute some time to. I don't play well with others. I'm a producer, so I'm kind of a get out of my way, I'm going to bingo girl. But I will be happy to consult because we need to consider ourselves as initially as the poster, giving the information, and then how we pin ourselves or show up. Unity shows up on the elephant by being out in the community and not just being within these four walls. We need to show up with our story at community events that are helping other people and serving our community outside of ourselves. And our focus has been, in my opinion, way too much about just our community here. We need to show up as volunteers with a unity button or a tag on, serving, doing whatever it is out in the community. We can't think a sign on the front lawn is going to increase our new congregation that we want to grow. So we have to be out there. That's the publicity, that's the promotion. The promotion is live and in person, but showing up in the community. And then when those events get publicity, we're part of it. But we're not participating out there, and we're keeping ourselves small. It isn't an accusation. This is an observation. But what do I know? I'm just an expert. So I just want to share that with you, that we need a step-by-step strategy to regrow this community. And there's a reason for us to consider why there are only 40 people. And COVID cannot be the excuse we ride out of town on. I'm sorry. That's not the reason. The reason is that each one of us has a responsibility that we didn't all take on. And that was to choose 3 or 4 people that we absolutely missed coming back here, and picked up the phone and stayed in touch and re-invited them and said from our heart, I miss seeing you, will you join me this Sunday? Or this is happening on the 18th, could we see you again? People are asking for you. We didn't retain our initial congregation. And anybody, excuse me, that's in sales or marketing, most folks understand that it costs 1/10 of the money to go back and get an old customer compared to the thousands of dollars it takes to get a new one. And so regenerating this community, a huge part of that focus, in my opinion, and I'm just an expert, is to go back out there and wrap our arms and hearts around the people that we miss and try to bring them back to be with us, and to also inquire and hold in our hearts why it is that they've stopped coming. We need to say, we miss you, even if you don't want to come back. Would you be willing to share why? And this is just growing the community, grows our finances, and opens up all the possibilities for what we're speaking to here. Okay.
Thank you.
Along with what you said, Diane, community service is very important. We used to be unity of a community, you know, we did lots of community things. When I was youth ed director, we had the teddy bear delivery. We went out to the nursing homes. We did things at our neighbor's table. We participated in the Yankee homecoming parade. Let's bring those back too. Let's go out in our community and let people know who we are, that we are still here. And let's make a difference with our community. I mean, you're right. We can join Indigenous Peoples Day and Paula Estes events, and you know, we have in Divine Paradigm, whatever events we have to just spread this good news. You know, spread unity on the river all around the community. Thank you.
Dead race.
Yes, one of the things that some of us realized after the 30th celebration is that we really could have made a concerted effort to invite people there. We had them all right there to come back, give their presence, show up and be part of a community again. And it was also the day that people were signing up for Adventures in Faith. Encourage them to sign up for a group. You know, it was happening right then. And I think these things need to be working synergistically with the music presentation. And, what, you know, I think we kind of missed an opportunity there.
Yeah. And we did talk about that, but I don't think we did nearly as well as what we should have.
To finish on that point, I think everybody's in. That's a good idea to do. Just to follow up on that piece, it feels like we get a little momentum. Everyone's on board. Well, we got the Thanksgiving dinner coming. There's one place we could outreach for the outer community, and at the Christmas concerts, and we could start putting some energy in, or how we're going to start connecting to those people, inviting them to the concert. We can start right now. We don't have to do this next year. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
I'll be quick. I know the Pats are on. So this is exciting. This is all very wonderful. What I'm going to ask is, and Diane, that was very important information for all of us to come together and get out there. One of the things that I just did with the help of Edith is the other day, Edith and I, about 3 weeks ago, we were having lunch we're in Italian class, and we were practicing, and we were at Panera, and this young woman walked by and overheard me say the word spirituality, and she couldn't have been, 20 years old? And she said, "Oh, spirituality, I just came from a retreat. It was so fun." I said, "Oh, what's your name? Tell me about it." And I told her a little bit about unity and where we are. And when I walked away, I thought, you know, it would be really powerful to have an invitation card. And so Edith, in her amazing talent, went home and made this fabulous card. And we're going to give them out next week. They'll be here next week. And it has who we are. On the bottom of the front, it says invited by, and you can write your name on the line. And then on the back, it has a short version of the 5 principles. And we can get engaged in conversation. Yeah, we did miss the boat in a lot of ways, having all those people here. I personally invited a lot of people. I didn't invite them to come back. I invited them to move forward with us. Because coming back, they're like, "Oh, I know what that's about." No, I don't want them to come back. I want them to put their feet with us now as we all move forward. And these are really great questions, but I'm going to ask the board, what are your answers? What are our answers? How many members will we have? How many? We need a vision. We don't need a goal. We don't need just a goal. We need a vision. We need a vision that says, my vision is I want 100 people filling up this place in the next 4 months. And I think with the invitation cards, and we're excited about it, and we're going to do things and capitalize this. You know what, folks? I hate to tell you this. This is a business, and it has to be treated like a business. Businesses have a mission statement. We do. They have goals. They have visions. I never worked in any sales organization that did not have a vision. So let's come together and have a meeting, and let's do what Shipley used to do and vision together. So we can answer these questions and have some foundation that's a launch pad for us to develop and really engage, with the community. When people come in here, what's your email? We want to stay in touch. And not just give them a packet. The other thing I think, when people come and it's their first time, if I'm speaking, I'm going to give them the packet. I'm going to give them the packet. The minister gives them the packet, not somebody and just says, oh, hey, here. You know, I talked to a few people today, first time here, another couple, Leslie and David, delightful. I went up and spoke to them. We don't go and speak to people. We got to do that. Don't barrage the people. But they told me, we went to 3 other unity churches and we chose this one. Hallelujah. I gave them my business card. I said, call me if you have any questions. Engagement. Thank you. I'm not looking for applause. I'm looking to come together. Yeah, there's so many ideas. We're all so bright and smart, and something keeps us coming back and being together. So when we start talking to people who used to come, saying, we don't want you to come back, because we aren't that. We're moving forward. Come, move forward. The train's going.
Prosperity classes would be, yes, I think we definitely need prosperity classes, yes. Yes, the art and practice of knowing and of nothing against us, yes. So one of the things that would help to have classes to have more LUTs to teach them. So which is why we have the Pat Blanchard Fund. Right now we only have one. So anyone who's interested in getting that training, like I said, we can help you out. And okay. Okay. Excellent. So, okay. So Martine was saying she's interested in teaching more classes. So thank you for that. Yes. And so Martine, if you want to take LUT classes, let us know. Yeah. Great. So that's how it's done, people. So where are we now? Let's go on to the next one. One of the things I think about a lot, and we just talked about, is how impactful will we be? And that's a lot of, community outreach, being at the community. So at the Yankee homecoming, they were doing the bed race, and I'm going, why can't we do a bed race? Why can't we have a bed in the bed race, Little things like that can make a difference. So, and it's fun, right. It's not a burden, it's fun. Yeah. So next. The next slide. Okay. So one of the things that we think is a big part of our future is the children's program. So we think this is really critical for helping support and bring in the next generation of people in this community. So we have we've talked about this before, but we have put an ad in the paper to let people know that we're hiring. And please, if you know of anybody who's a teacher, a former teacher, a wannabe teacher, someone who's trained to be a teacher, or just one of these people who's just a natural teacher, just think about who that might be and tell them about this opportunity. Because we know there are people out there that would love to do this. We just have to connect with them. Yeah.
Let's reach out to the other churches. That's how I came. I came from Central Mass.
The other, okay. That's an idea. So reach out to the other churches and see if they have anyone. Yeah. Newburyport Chamber of Commerce. So we could put it on there. Great idea. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So for those of you streaming, we do have access to that website, Chamber of Commerce. So we're at questions and discussions. Yeah. So if there's any other thoughts or comments, let me know. Yeah.
When we say to somebody, would you be interested in the children's program teaching? It's a paid position. One of the first questions you're going to get is, how much are they going to pay?
Do you remember the exact amount? It's per hour? $17 an hour.
No, you don't. You don't. And it depends on their experience, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Tell them about it. Put them in touch with us, and we can work out the details. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts or comments? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So.
We never talk about what membership entails. We just use that word, have to
Mm-hmm.
become a member. Well, where's that come from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for the streamers, we're talking about membership and who can come to the meetings. So the annual meeting where voting takes place is for members only. Community meetings are open to everybody. And to be a member, you need to take an abundance class and a unity principles class. And then you can become a member. But we need those classes, which is why we need LUTs.
Not here at the church, only online.
Yeah. Yeah. So we will look into. So I agree. We need more classes. And that's one of the, and not only just classes, but the workshops and other things that happen. I've grown so much from the programs that have been presented at Unity by various people that have come and visited and spoken, or just come in and given talks. And that's why Christine and I are doing the chakra shine up, is to give you an opportunity, another way for you to grow and become, brighter. And we encourage anybody who has stuff like that to put together a program. We have the facility here until 2 p.m. So from noon to 2, but you should end it probably at 1:30 because everyone needs to be out at 2. So, but yeah, put together a program and let us know and we can schedule it. Martine, did you have your hand up? Directly after this, Christine and I have a program we're calling Chakra Shine Up. It's a 5-week class, and it's a way, just exercises and techniques to help you brighten up your chakras, which are the heart of the energy system. So we would love to have your angelic presence if you have time. Yes.
And I'd like to share this opportunity before service. Yeah. Before every service on Sunday morning, Shipley and I have a group which everybody's welcome to. We've had 20 of them so far. We meet at 9:15, and we do a reading, a short page, and then the conversations have been very humble and intimate, and I think really inspiring. And you're all welcome. Happens downstairs before every Sunday service. Thanks.
Thank you. So let's pray out. Divine Spirit, angels, and aligned energies, we thank you for your guidance today at our community meeting here at Unity on the River. We know that we are part of this wonderful community. Watch over us as we go out and shine our lights into the world. We affirm that we have everything we need to be our highest and best selves, no matter what circumstances we may encounter. Let us be the example to our community of divine expression of perfect love and acceptance. And so it is. Amen.